Hey, welcome back to Stuff I Kind of Care About. My name's Danny, and I'm working on a lamp. It is Wednesday at like 6:06 p.m. So, haha, let's hope I get this done in time. All right, so last you saw me, this was the lamp. These were the ideas, these were the thoughts, and things have changed. I went to Lowe's. I just spent about an hour and a half in Lowe's walking through the electrical section, thinking of how I'm going to do this. I didn't think everything through. Oh no. I'll figure it out eventually. So, this is the new concept. Oh, that actually looks good. All right. So, quick point outs. I'm going to be doing an electrical junction box at the bottom, and then I'm using 1/2 inch galvanized electrical conduit, 2 rods of it. I'll explain why in a minute. And then I'm going to do another junction box here, except for it's not going to have this plate on it. This one is. Ha 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 ha. And then that one's going to have this plate on it because I have a switch and I have an outlet with USB plugs in it. So I'm going to be putting that stuff in there. And then more electrical conduit, another junction box with a plate, because I couldn't find any T-joints for this conduit at Lowe's. And I waited till the last minute, so I didn't have time to go online and order it. So, it's basically going to come up here, and then from here, I'm going to have the 2 separate wires going up into this box, which I don't even have to have, but whatever. And then each wire is going to go out another line of conduit, because I could find right angles instead of T-joints for some reason. And then these right angles, so let me talk through everything. But I'm going to show you without the conduit how the build is going to go. So that's the very bottom of it. And then this is going to happen with both of these, hopefully. I think I got the wrong box. I think I did get the wrong box. But anyways, these are going to go in here with this over the top of it. And then this is going to go up here with this over the top of it. Work! All right. So, and then, oh, and I got a little orange. It's so orange and I don't like it, but that's fine. Where did I put? Under here. So this is going to run into the base. This is going to be at this edge, and this is going to come into here. Out of here, we have 2 conduits going, and I'm going to need 2 of these, which basically the screw part goes into the box, and this collar screws onto that, and it holds it in place. And then the conduit goes in here, and this screw tensions up and holds it in place. So this is a 5-pack, so 4 of those go there, and 1 will be left over. And then 4 out of these will go in between these 2, and another 1 will be left over. And those 2 are going to go here with pieces of conduit leading to right angles. Now, these are just like pressure collars, so that's a whole nother thing that we'll get to in a minute. But the important part about these is this part. So this, I will hopefully be able to drill out a small hole in the lid of this and just put this into that and then use it the same as it would going into one of these. And that'll give me something to run wires through, blah, 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 blah. I know. This is a ton. At this point, most of you decently normal human beings are probably saying to yourselves, but Danny, what happened to the base that you had drawn on? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing for the base. I haven't figured that out yet. So, that being the case, what's going to happen today is we're going to have to figure out about how long this distance is going to be, and then how long this distance is going to be, and how long these are going to be, and kind of measure all this stuff and lay it out and figure it out. Now, thankfully, I have this lovely workspace here. So, at some point, I'm going to cut the camera and I'm going to go sit on my couch and I'm going to say, hey, this is where I want the switch. In this chair, I think it should be right about here. And so I could just measure from here. Why not? But I want to measure out. So this is going to be for note taking in pencil, because I have everything labeled. So I'm going to set up a box. And all of those can move. And so if this is hanging, so if I go too far out, this thing is going to be horrifically unstable. We have to remember that we want it to have some semblance of like decent balance. And I think doing it this way is going to work. But the problem with that is I kind of have to pull out these fittings and at least approximate this. So if this is going to go here, and then I'm going to need one of these to go there. Cool. So what that's giving me is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, which is what I was thinking. So I'm going to have 2 6-inch pieces. And then now's the time to get my tape measure. I'll be back. So I'm sitting comfortably on a chair. I actually really like these chairs. I want to be able to reach like right here, flip a switch, and I think this is a good height. So we're looking at about 8 inches off of the top of this. So if I want to switch the thing right here, that's 40 inches. Remembering that this is going to be dead center in this, which is a 4-inch box, so that's 2 inches. So I'm going to need 38 inches. But one of the other fun parts about this is I've got another box at the very bottom. So I'm going to have 4 inches there. So what I really need is 2 34-inch sections of the conduit there. So I figured that out. Now, sorry, head cold. Now that I know that I want that dead center at 40 inches, which I feel like is a responsible level. Ooh. I could go up to doing it up here. And then it would be convenient for standing. I'm going to go measure where my wall switch is mounted. See what that is. So, wall switch is mounted at 44 inches on the wall. I think I'd like to mirror that because that's not too high to flip once you're sitting down. And that's not the worst thing ever. This eraser is dead. So we're just going to scratch these out. So if we're doing 44 inches to the center, that means I need to take 2 from that and then take another 4. So I'm at 38 inches. I really should have done all this measuring off camera. I'm going to go measure. I have a floor lamp in the living room. I'm going to go measure what that light's at. I'll be back. I want the bottom of my ball jar to be at 66 inches. This thing, with this included, is going to be 8 inches. This is going to be a tall lamp. Okay, so I know the 6 lengths for my conduit. I need 2 6-inch pieces. I need 2 at 24 inches, and I need 2 at 38 inches. And joy of all joys, I think I'm going to hacksaw this. It's a really dumb idea. I've got an angle grinder. I could just go off camera and do all of this. I have a feeling that this is going to take a while if I try to hacksaw it. It's probably going to be horrible. Let's see. Okay, so I spent some time with my angle grinder, with a cutting disc and with a flap disc, because I wanted to not have these be super dirty. Sorry about that, I'm parched. So, I've got my lengths. They all feel weirdly alike. This is like a 64th out. So, I'm going to kind of dry fit everything together and hope it works. And if it doesn't, I'm probably going to curse and scream and see what happens from there. So let's get started. Okay, so I have to make a decision right now if I want these to all face square forward or if I want them all to be a little bit different. And because this is, first time for everything, I'm making the executive decision that they're all going to be slightly different. I think it'll look better in the long run, knowing that I'm not like a professional to go for asymmetry. So that's everything kind of assembled. What have I done? Damn it. So guess what Danny did? Danny bought the wrong conduit. Danny cut the wrong conduit. And Danny now has to reevaluate his life. All right. So, it's not the hugest deal in the world. I can cut more conduit, but I'm going to call it there for tonight because obviously I'm rushing into this and trying to make things work and making mistakes. So tune in next week to watch me not be a complete idiot. The plan is staying the same. This is going to be the base. There's going to be two lengths about this long. There we go. About this long that are going here and here. And then this one's going to connect to that. And then this one's going to connect at the top. And we'll get lengths coming out here. And then these will connect on the end of that. So it's going to be super interesting. I'm really excited about it. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do the base. This could be something that ends up getting bolted on through these housings to like a 2x4, and then I can make that work for the base. I haven't quite decided yet, but I really like the idea of having it all be raw electrical conduit. Yeah, my only option with the way that these housings are is to go by the right conduit and do it that way. I'm going to take care of that, and next week I'm going to kick it off with that conduit cut and me starting to put things together. And I may have whatever I'm either attaching this whole piece to or just a base for it. Who knows where I'm going to go with this. But next week, we're going to kick off with me dry fitting everything together and then seeing where we go from there. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to sign off, and hopefully, this will have been interesting. I'll catch you cats on the flip side.